happy to be back with you. I know I said I was gonna post more videos since August. I know for my first video I was supposed to have been back, but life be lifing, y'all. You know how it is. I mean, listen, having this transition from being outside of the classroom to being at home every day, while it sounds great initially, it has been definitely a transition, like I said, of trying to figure out how I'm managing my days when no one's telling me what I need to do all day long, right? It sounds crazy, but it really is, it's a mind trip, because I've been working all my life, all my life I had to fight, like Celie said, so this has definitely been a transition, okay? And I'm happy to say that I have definitely, let me stop to say, I needed some time to just rest, okay? Like, not do anything for a minute. And I had to give myself that time, that grace to do that, because in the beginning I was like, well, we're not being productive enough. We're not doing X, Y, Z. But when you've been in the, hamster wheel for so long, you need some time. I needed time to understand that, like, now my life is my own. And, not that it wasn't always, but when you are a parent of younger children, your life really belongs to them, at that age, because everything is centered around your children, as it is when you're a parent, but now that my kids are grown, Nicole, you can do anything you want to do. It's your world, Nick. It's your world. So just taking that time to rest initially was really important. And now, just moving on to what's next. What is next, right? That's a scary thing to think about. I mean, it's scary to think about when you're graduating high school. What am I going to be? What do I want to do with my life? And then, after you've been this thing, now it's no longer your job. What do you do? Right? And being 40 something and starting over again. And I've had many startovers in my life in different ways personally, but this one was a major one because I never ever saw myself living life outside the classroom, and here I am. So doing this YouTube channel is so important for me because I feel like, in this space when you're taking a chance and doing something different that no one else around you is doing or no one else before you has done, it looks so weird. It looks different. It can be isolating. It can be, you can feel a little alone on this path. So I'm hoping that my channel, and along with just going through my journey of, life outside the classroom, post-teaching, just being a woman and talking about things that relate to us, in a place where there's no shame, there's no facades, we're just keeping it real and talking about it, So with that being said, like my channel will be talking about different things that have to do with life as a woman, from wellness to dating to whatever we're dealing with, because we be dealing with a lot, right? But today I wanted to talk to y'all about the fact that now that Thanksgiving's out the way, and I am really, 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 really excited about starting this raw detox that I'm going to be doing for the entire month of December. So what is that, right? Like, okay, before I get into what that is, I'll just talk about the fact of weight, right? And weight gain. And it's been my crutch since I was a kid. I've always been a chunky girl, always been, fluffy, whatever you want to call it, whatever body positive word you want. But you know what I'm talking about. I had a little extra meat on them bones. You know what I'm saying? And I still do. But I think about 2011, I had lost about 80 pounds on my own. I had a trainer who gave me exercises, but I was going to the gym, doing it on my own. I was carrying my food in my little backpack everywhere I went. So I was staying on plan, and I lost some nice, I'm gonna tell you, now I always dress nice, even as a big girl, but it is something to be said when you can walk in the store and grab something and it just slides on, you know what I'm saying? You walk outside, you be like, you just got that little extra oomph in your step. And I enjoyed that for a couple of years, and then, life happened again, and I moved from New York to Atlanta, and I ain't gonna blame the food now, because I know somebody's waiting to say, well, all that soul food, right? No, it wasn't the soul food that did it. I think it was just a lifestyle change. In New York, I was like always on the go, always doing things at every event, and when I came down here, I didn't really have a lot of friends who lived in the area, and I was just flatlining, you know, like I just was chilling. I was at home more, which was necessary, to be honest with you, because I had spent so much time basically running from myself too, but that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. But the bottom line is that I gained the weight back. Not all 80 pounds, but I gained a bunch of it. And I've lost some of that I gained, but I still am overweight. I'm not the weight that I'd like to be comfortably in my body, right? So I think weight is you know, it depends on who you are and how you feel in your body, what feels good to you. I know for me, you know, these knees be pop locking and dropping and snap, crackling and popping, and I don't need that, okay? Now, while I may not be one to have the mega knees, I mean, I can still have the mega knees. Why not, right? Like, I can still have the mega knees. But the point is that I need to be able to be agile to move and do the things that I want to do. So if that's your goal, then maybe you want to join me as well. So back to the raw detox. So I am planning on starting this raw detox December 1st. And basically it's going to be just smoothies, raw vegetables, like more like salads and such, you know, or any other vegetable that you can have raw. That's it. Water, tea, no sugars, no sodas, no breads, no meats, no nothing. Only vegetables and fruits for 31 days, since it'll be December. So that is what I plan on doing. And really, it's not just about the weight. It's more of a spiritual reset as well. I think at this time of the year is just that time. For the last 2 months, I'm gonna tell y'all heavy. Now, I'm a spiritual person, you know, so I follow, you know, the phases of the moon, as well as pray and meditate and all those type of things. And I'll tell you that these last 2 months in October, between ending of October to November, have been really heavy. And just in terms of reflecting and really just acknowledging some things that I need to change within myself, not even in my environment so much, you know, and how maybe some of my thought patterns and things like that have been hindering me from getting where I need to go. So, and maybe some of you have been going through that too, I don't know. But if you aren't even into like the moon phases and all of that, this time of year for everyone usually is that reflective time, right? Where we're really just kind of evaluating ourselves, what we want for next year, what didn't go right this year. And for me, it was just taking that accountability, right? Of what I want versus what I'm doing to get what I want, right? Right. So that can be, and that those two don't always match, right? So instead of me, you know, just trying to make something good, put something good on top of something bad, that's why I'm resetting everything, starting from the inside out, not just the outside, you know, in. So that's why I'm doing it, you know, and maybe that will resonate with someone else. Maybe, you know, so if you want to join me, that will be awesome, because like I said, I mean, you know, that's like putting perfume over a stinky body. No, baby, you still stink. You know, we smell you. Go wash that. So that's how I'm looking at it. Like, it's a spiritual, mental, physical reset, a cellular reset, and I am excited about it. Now, I will say I have a challenge, because in the midst of this, smack dab in the middle, I have to go out of town for a friend's party. And let me tell you, this is going to be where the pedal meets the road, as they say, right? Because, you know, at first I was like, oh, you know what? I'll just push this. I'll just add an extra day at the end, you know, because, you know, I could go and have fun. But then I thought about it, and it's like, no, this is part of it. It's part of having that commitment you make to yourself, seeing it all the way through, and recognizing that there are going to be things that are going to come in your way. And what are you going to do? How bad do you want this, you know? And it's a reflective of the things that we want for ourselves, and a reminder of, you know, sometimes we want things, but we're not willing to make the sacrifice. We're not willing to put in the time. We're not really willing to put in the effort that it takes to get the goal that we want to achieve. So this, for me, is so symbolic of so many things. So I went from feeling like, dang, why is this party happening right now, to like, I'm glad that it's happening, because this is going to be proving to myself, you know, am I what I say I'm about? I'm putting my money where my mouth is, you know what I mean? And sometimes have that happen and we choose the latter. So, you know, like I said, this is going to be my little mission. And maybe this is a time for you to reflect about what some things are that you might want to change. Maybe it's spending more time with your loved ones. You know, maybe it's taking care of yourself a little bit better for the new year. Maybe it's, you know, financially, you need to buckle down and change some things. But we can start. We don't have to wait for January 1st to start. This is a great time to prepare so you can be ready, so you don't have to get ready when the new year starts. So I welcome anyone who's down to join me, even if it's for a week, even if you can't do the full 30 days. But challenge yourself to change something from the inside out so that you can, you know, get those things you want. You know, I think God blesses us for our obedience. And, you know, when we make those sacrifices in times when it's hard is how we're able to really see ourselves push through and really see what blessings God has for us on the other side of those sacrifices. So I'm really, really, I'm amped up. I ain't gonna lie. I'm amped up. I know my stomach gonna be grrr, but I'm telling myself too that, you know, don't think about what you're missing out on. Think about what you're hoping to have on the other side of it. And I think that when you change your perspective about what it is that you're doing something for. So if I was just doing it so I can drop 20 pounds at the end of the month, that would be one thing, right? And that's a great, you know, side, you know, hookup for doing this. You know, that's a great, you know, side effect of doing this. But most importantly, it's the mindset. It's the sacrificing and proving to myself that I can withhold something that I want to get something that I really need. And you know, I hope that some of you are inspired by that and that, you know, you feel something resonated with you in this video. And if it did, please, please, please communicate with me on the bottom. You can find me at on IG at authentic_neck on IG, and I'm also have my Gmail in the front intro, so feel free to, and I'll put it down below as well. Feel free to, you know, send me a message if anything resonated with you. I mean, this is a community. Like I said, when you take this step into a whole new world, sometimes it can feel isolating. Sometimes you can't talk to people that you know, and you can find community anywhere, right? So I look forward to touching base with you guys again about what's going on as I go on this journey. And I really, really can't wait to talk to y'all again real soon. And it will not be that long, I promise you. December 1st, we're on it, all right? Bye, ladies. Have a great evening.